I interviewed several witnesses individually. My first witness was Kelly Khumalo. Kelly told me in short that she and the deceased walked to the convenience store. Upon return, Kelly, deceased family member and friends had a smoke outside the house. Mrs. Khumalo called them inside to say goodbye. They sit down and start chatting again. Kelly was sitting near the kitchen when she saw two unknown African males entering the house. Suspect capital A in brackets appeared very aggressive and demanded cell phones and money. This suspect was approached by Kelly and the deceased jumped up towards suspect A. A scuffle between suspect A and the deceased started. The next moment, Kelly heard two gunshots. She gave the following description. African male, in his 20s, dark brown, shiny complexion, dreadlocks hairstyle, no scars, no facial hair, golden insert in upper teeth, language, local, Zulu.
So that is the statement that was taken from Kelly Khumalo as she gave her own version of the events that happened on that night on 26 October 2014. So many people were hoping and believing that if Kelly Khumalo was called to court, she was going to come and confess that there were no intruders that came into the house. Well, sorry, that is not going to happen because Kelly Khumalo gave a statement and said that there were intruders that came into the house. So the reason why I strongly believe this intruder version story is because of a number of these points right here. So the first point is these statements that were taken from these people that were in the house. For example, this statement that was taken from Kelly Khumalo, it was taken just a few hours later after these events had occurred on that night. So some people would come up with these theories and say these guys came up with this intruder version story because they wanted to protect Longwetwala or they wanted to protect Kelly Khumalo. But that is just not true because these statements were taken just a few hours later, and it's incredibly difficult to coordinate everyone who was inside the house. There were 7 adults in there, and try to coordinate and try to cook a story so that everybody tells that story. In just a few hours, nobody's going to agree to that because this was a very, very serious case. So because of these statements that were taken just a few hours later, I strongly believe this intruder version story. And the other reason why I believe this intruder version story that has been told by Kelly Khumalo right here is that if you look at these 5 accused, 4 of them already had criminal records. So just by that, in using my own logic, 4 of these 5 already had criminal records. So their chances of pulling off something like this were very, very high because this is what they already did for a living. So the chances of them doing it again are very, very high. So 2 reasons now on the table, statements taken a few hours later, and 4 of these 5 guys already had criminal records. So to me, these 2 statements, they show me that there were indeed intruders inside that house. Now moving on, what's interesting from this statement by Kelly Khumalo is that there is no Longwetwala coming in and pushing in the intruder, then running out of the house. That statement is not there that was told by others like Tumelo Mahlala. It's very, very interesting that this Longwetwala story is not there in Kelly Khumalo's statement. However, what is clear from this statement is that Senzo Meyiwa was indeed protecting Kelly Khumalo. So yes, Senzo Meyiwa came in to the kitchen and attempted to protect Kelly Khumalo. However, after the fatal event, these guys from Kelly Khumalo, all of them, they in turn failed to protect Senzo Meyiwa because they should have called the police right away, but they just didn't do that. Instead, they turned to Chikotwala for some weird reason that we still don't know right now. So, going on further, under normal circumstances, the owner of the house, Khumalo, and the girlfriend, Khumalo, should have been the first to testify in court, not these neighbors like Tumelo Mahlala. It's just crazy that the owner of the house and the girlfriend were not called to come in and testify, but rather we are left with this version of from Tumelo Mahlala. So this is my analysis from this statement by Khumalo. Tell me what you think in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.